Today we're in vanilla Minecraft, kind of. We're going to make a parallel universe in vanilla. Then we're going to connect them with immersive portals. It's optional, but it's amazing. If you want to stay in vanilla, you can do the teleport command with a command block instead. At the end, we're going to combine every Minecraft village in the same place. Alright, so let's make a parallel dimension. Pick your save file. This is the one I'm going to do it in. It's a fresh new one that I made. Open up the folder for your save file. It looks like this, and we're going to take the datapacks folder. We're going to make a simple data pack that gives us a parallel universe. So what we'll do is we'll make a new folder, give it whatever name we want, and this is going to be the name of our data pack. We'll call this parallel universe. Open that up, and now we need to have a pack.mcmeta file. So take a text document and rename it so its name is pack.mcmeta. And we need to have a new folder called data, and that's where everything for our data pack is going to go. So if you open up this pack.mcmeta, you're going to put in some basic JSON that looks like that. For 1.19, it'll be pack format 10. You can put whatever description you want in there, just save it. Just have to have a pack.mcmeta. And so now let's add our parallel universe. So it's going to be in the data folder. We're going to need to add a namespace. So the namespace is going to be whatever you want instead of Minecraft colon. I'm going to do docp. Namespaces keep your stuff organized, and that's why everything begins with Minecraft colon. So in here, we're going to need a dimension folder. There's a bunch of different folders that have to exist in the data pack, and the dimension one is where the dimensions go. We're going to make our new dimension, and it's going to be named whatever you want, but it has to be a .json file. So if I wanted to make a desert, I'm just going to call the name of the world desert. So we'll call it desert. We'll go .json. And so now we've got desert.json here. And what we're going to put in this time is this. I'll have it in the description, but we're going to want to have this little verb that says we want the type of it to be like the overworld. We want to have a generator. And what we want to do is we want to pick what biome we want it to be. So I'm going to say desert right here. Make sure that you have the right code name for it. You might check the wiki. It's generally the standard name of it. And then you're going to want to use the same exact seed. So let me come in here and we're going to go /seed, and I can hit T and click on this to copy it. I can paste this seed in here and save it. And that's all you've got to do. So let's reload this world and see what it looks like. You'll probably hit this screen, and if you do, just hit I know what I'm doing and it'll be totally fine. Here we are in the world and it looks the same. But there's an important difference, which is that this universe, this game, has more dimensions than just the nether and the end. Now we have our parallel dimension. So how do we get there? The secret is to use the execute in command. So I want you to take a good look at the surrounding scenery so you can see that it's the same exact seed and same exact universe. So you can see this village right here, and you can see what's behind me in the background. So watch this. So we're going to use the execute in command. Execute in. And we're going to actually be able to specify, you'll see it autocomplete, this docp: desert, which is that namespace and the name of the world we made. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run teleport at p myself, and then tilde where I'm at. So I'm going to teleport to here in the other dimension. And here I am. So you can see, I mean, even the background over here is exactly the same. But you can see that I'm standing in this village in the alternate dimension. And so if I want to get back home, I can do execute in again. So if I go and instead do the Minecraft overworld, we're going to jump back to the other dimension. And so here I am in the village, in the normal world. Neat, right? Subscribe if you haven't, because now we're getting to the good part. Now to me, the prettiest way to link these up is using Immersive Portals. It's a fun mod, and I'll show you how it works. So the basic thing that it does is it makes things completely tethered together. And so if I were to make another portal like this, you will see that when we light it, we are going to be connected directly to the nether. So there is no more, and if I go in here, you can look, we're in the nether. We're actually in the nether. There are other ways of using immersive portals, but I think that using nether portals is the easiest way to do it. So let's go ahead and hook this up to our world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reconnect the portal, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this item, you can search for it, it's the unbreakable item, and it will make this smack, it'll make it so it's unbreakable. And so now I can actually get rid of these blocks. Isn't that crazy? So let's change the destination to this with this command, portal set portal destination, and we're going to set it to this desert that we created. So if I do this, there you go. And as it loads, you'll see that we are accessing that other dimension. Isn't that crazy? So there's one problem though, is what happens if I go through this portal? What do you think happens through this portal? You think anything could possibly go wrong? Notice that there's only one side to this portal, that when we create a portal that's unbreakable, we only do it one at a time. That another portal is basically two portals put together. A portal is one side of what you think of as a two-way portal. And so we have to specify that. If we don't, and I pass into this portal, I'm in this world now, and there's no portal here. So I'm stuck. So now let's make this so that it has both portals in both directions. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at it, and while we're looking at it, we're going to go run portal complete by way by faced portal, like that. And now it has a portal on either side, and when we go through, we can see the other world here. Neat, right? And it's kind of trippy because if you step behind it while you're in third person, you're actually transported to the other universe. Isn't that neat? And it's almost completely seamless. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to make it so that it is flush and identical, because you notice the ground is at different heights. So what we're going to do is we're going to place some blocks down to indicate kind of where we want it, and I'm going to look at where it's located. To align it, we need to get some coordinates. So let's look at the F3 screen, and we're going to get the coordinates of this block, so it's -109 and 124 on the z-axis and about 70, but you want to have plus 0.5 for it to come up to the top of a block on the y-axis. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to do the portal command, portal set portal position. Now we need to specify the dimension we're in, where the portal is going to be. So we're in the overworld, and I'm going to set it to -110, and then I'm going to do about 72.5, and then the block we were looking at said 124. So if I do this, you'll notice that it comes to about right here. So let's go ahead and move these over. Let's do that. So now it lines up perfectly with this. You see that? So now we want to do that with all four sides. So we're going to do that over here, run that same command again, and now we're going to go through the portal, and now these, we want to change the dimension to be this desert dimension. So if we want to do that, now it will move it to the same position. We're going to move this one to the same position, like so. So now all four are in the same position, but they don't line up properly. And why is that? Why can we see this infinite loop forever? Why do we have this problem? The reason is where it's pointing to is not the same. So now we want to do something similar, but instead we want to point to the desert, and we're going to want to say set portal destination. But we want this to go to the desert at those coordinates. See, now that lines up, and now that lines up, but then we want to come through, and we want to say we want to point to this position in the overworld. So we're doing set portal destination and the overworld, and that lines up, and now that lines up. And now you've got yourself a perfect portal. You can kind of see a slice of the village in the other dimension. Isn't that wild? And so if you step behind it while you're on perspective mode, you can see that I'm in this. So you see that in the distance. Woo! Isn't that neat? How the background land is in the same. You can see that there's no tree in this dimension, but there is in that dimension. I added all the village types now. See, look. I hope this inspires your own multiverse. Try execute in on a command block too. Share this if you like it. Go boost your teleport skills in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.